Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of Bondy's merch. Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another Southern Charm NOLA review, y'all. It's a little cool in my house right now. And my room's dirty, so I had to wear lyrics to roll. Okay, look. Plush, bitch. Feeling warm. Okay, anyway. Please don't forget to check down below in my description box where you can find the links to everything, including Omiyage hair care products. Omiyage. And Soapy Luv. Okay, which I was washing and moisturizing my body with. All right, yeah, get you some. So let's get into Southern Charm, New Orleans. Jeff and his scarf return to dinner. Okay, it is Friendsgiving at his house, and he's just found out from a messy ass friend that Reagan is pregnant at the most inopportune, joyful time. Okay, and now he done lost it. He come back to the table. He lets everybody know what's going on with him. He just found out Reagan is pregnant after all of the times that she didn't want to have a baby with his ass. Okay, so he's feeling some type of way. And then you got Tameka just turning the screw even harder by telling Jeff that he knew. And he and Reagan were talking all the time. How could he not have known? And Tameka feels like she and Rachel and the rest of the friends have been kept out of the loop. But from what they see, Reagan and Jeff have been, conversing and having conversations with one another. So, they all assume that he knew. But he says that he did not know. And I think what it turned into, what Tameka might have really been trying to say, but she has a hard time, saying things the right way to people. What she was trying to say to him is you had your suspicions. Okay, deep down, you knew something was amiss. Okay, that's what she was trying to say, that his instincts, feeling like something wasn't right, were correct. But the way she kept saying that he knew, it was almost like you were calling him a liar. So he comes back, he's pissed off. He's like, you calling me a liar after he didn't threw the plate and broke shit. And, Tameka says, no, come back to the table and we're going to talk about this. And they just express to him that they care, that they feel just as lost with all of these quick life-changing decisions that Reagan has made ever since she got divorced from him. So they want him to know that they feel the same way he does, like they've been blindsided. And then, everything kind of calms down and everybody's, being supportive. And John Mooney said, you need to go ahead and get your black girl. We've been saying that the whole time. Okay, he need him a Rachel. Okay, Rachel, hook him up with one of your friends, girl. Okay, that's what he need. He needs somebody that's going to get him together, all right? He needs somebody that's going to tell him, how to get there and what to do when he get there, all right? Jeff needs direction. Jeff needs a woman who's going to be matter of fact about who she is and how she wants to live her life. And Reagan thought she was matter of fact, but in all honesty, handles things like a child a lot of the time. I'm sorry, but she does. She does. Like this entire episode, she was irking my spirit, y'all. She wasn't even here during this scene. And she's irking my spirit, okay? But yeah, so they bust the pinata, which has, some money in it and some extends pills and stuff like that. It was just funny. And it's back to them having a good time. The good old days before everything got all serious and fucked up. Okay, for lack of a better term. So we're starting to see Thanksgiving at everybody's house. It's Thanksgiving. It's also Tameka's birthday. And, everybody's cooking gumbo and making militant dressing and stuffing and okay, sweet candy yams and such. Like, it's so funny to me because I feel like all in all, New Orleans people all cook the same shit on Thanksgiving. Okay, I was looking at that like, yeah, that look just like my house be on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay, you just change a few things out and put a few things in, but all in all, it is the same. You gotta have the gumbo. I mean, and for us, we like seafood gumbo. We not none of them, put wild game in my gumbo ass people. No, shrimp, crab, sausage, hot sausage maybe. Okay, maybe sometimes you might put chicken or something like that, a turkey neck, definitely turkey neck. But like people be doing too much with the shit they put in their gumbo. That looked like a realistic New Orleans Thanksgiving dinner that they were showing us, and I was appreciative of that. Okay, so Reagan calls Jeff. Jeff is at home chilling. Okay. Look like he just finished working out, washing his little red hair. And she calls pissed off because she's found out that he flipped out at his friend's giving when he found out that she was pregnant, and basically telling him that he shouldn't feel like that, and he shouldn't have flipped out and made a big deal out of it. And he's like, Reagan, we're not married anymore. How are you gonna call me and tell me how I'm supposed to react to something? All of this is messed up. Okay, all of this is happening very quickly. I'm sorry if my emotions are moving at the speed of your vagina, but at the end of the day, okay, you can't tell me how to feel about this. And once he checks her, she's like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. It's so difficult. And it's all just gotten so out of hand. And they get off the phone. And Jeff seemed like he was over it. Like, Jeff seemed like he was over Reagan's ass. Okay? Reagan and all of this crying. I understand that she's pregnant. But it shows to me that Reagan's personality is, I can say whatever I want to you, but as soon as you say something to me, oh my God, why are you doing this? Oh my God, like, I'm really hurt by this. So why are you doing this? And it's like white woman tears. Like, white woman tears. Okay, like, I mean, that's what we call them. We call them white woman tears, because it's the crying to try to invoke sympathy, because, everything is built off of protecting a white woman. I'm just saying, like, this is what it is. But, trying not to get this video flagged. So we're going to move on from that. Okay. Oh, Lord. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say around here no more. My nerves is bad. So Reagan and Tameka meet up. And Reagan didn't hit up Tameka for her birthday. And it was because she was mad that she was not at Friendsgiving and that no one told her they were going to be at her house. And it's like, that is not your house anymore. Jeff got that house in the divorce. That is not your house. I'm really going to need for you to pull it back, okay? Like, you doing the most. And then feeling like your friends needed to call you and get permission to go by their friend's house. Girl, that's not how any of this works. Tameka says that Reagan is out of her mind if she thinks that's how that was supposed to go, because it wasn't supposed to go like that at all, okay? And Reagan says how she feels that she's been ostracized from the group and she doesn't have any friends, and the only people that are there for her are Reese and her sister. And Tameka is like, well, honey, you made it that way. Like, you made it that way. And then they show all of the times that she was trying to be there for her, that she was asking her what was going on with her, trying to understand, all of these quick movements in her friend's life. And you know what her friend was doing? Telling her she didn't want to talk to her about it. Telling her that she needed to just let it go. Telling her she'll talk about it when she's ready to talk about it. Like, the whole time you was pushing Tameka away, telling everybody information, talking to Kelsey, talking to Rachel, but you wasn't talking to Tameka. And now you got the nerve to sit up here and cry and make it seem as if Tameka did something to you now that she's actually backed the fuck up and went ahead and worried about her own life. Now that she stopped asking questions, now you're upset about that too. Like, Reagan is somebody I feel like is used to getting their way all the time. Somebody that is used to always being, number one. And even though she's sitting up there talking about, everybody else was number one before, I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like that can't be true. Like, you don't act like a person who was raised to be considerate of other people's feelings, because you are not. Like, I'm sorry, but based off what we have seen, Reagan throws rocks and then cries about it and acts as if she didn't do anything. Throw a rock, hide your hand, cry. Like, I cannot. And then they get into how Tameka doesn't want to be in the wedding because she doesn't know Reese. She doesn't understand any of this. She doesn't feel like she's been included. And now you just want me to be in your wedding so you can have the perfect number of bridesmaids versus groomsmen ratio and all of this shit. Like, we ain't friends right now. And you want me to be in your wedding. I understand how Tameka feels. Tameka says that they will move forward because Reagan says that she's sorry and she just really wants to get back to a place where they're all enjoying each other's company again. She feels left out. And she's going through this pregnancy and she wants all her friends to be around her. It's her first baby, all of that there. And Tameka says that they will move forward, but she still don't know if she's going to be a part of that wedding. Okay? Maybe if she's kept in a loop, she'll think about it. So Justin goes to breakfast with his mom. And they're basically discussing his apprehension about getting engaged and marrying Kelsey. And mom was just kind of like, you're wasting a woman's time. And that's not good. Mom is telling him that he needs to shit or get off the pot. And he says they're going to go to therapy. Apparently they have some issues they need to work through in order for both of them to be ready for this marriage. But something makes me feel like it doesn't matter what the therapist says. You're still not going to marry her. And I don't know why yet. Because you keep telling everybody how serious you are about Kelsey, how much you love Kelsey, how important Kelsey is to you, but you have yet to prove that in writing. Okay? So I just don't understand where Justin's head is, and I'm going to go ahead and let it go. So Barry apparently let Hunter off a punishment. Y'all know Hunter is his teenage son. In last episode, he got another speeding ticket. And everybody's like tiptoeing around the fact that you was a black boy and it's only going to take, a couple of more times and you getting pulled over for somebody to assault you and, be all full with power in a position and use that to make you feel less than because you a young black man. It don't matter that you got nicer hair than Barry. I mean, Barry, you don't have any hair. So... Whoa. Okay. Either way, that comment he made at the end of the episode, I just be like, you know what I'm saying? I hit you with that Whitney. But either way, he lets Hunter off of punishment, and Tameka is upset about it because she feels as if she should have been talked to about it first. Barry feels like I'm the one that decided to give him the punishment, so it's up to me when he is let off punishment. What he really meant is, you are a stepmom, I am the parent. Whatever I say that I want to do with my son, I don't necessarily have to come to you and talk to you about it. That's a courtesy that I give you. He didn't want to say that because he didn't want to start no problems, but that's what he really felt on the inside, okay? And Tameka is just impressing on him the importance of having conversations with his 16-year-old black son. Okay, you need to talk to him because I need to understand why he can't stop getting speeding tickets. He's putting himself in harm's way and doesn't seem to be fully prepared for what can come if he keeps getting pulled over. Eventually, eventually it's going to happen where you're going to be made to feel blacker than you've ever felt, like in a negative way. Okay, like it will happen, son. Okay, so y'all, John Moody. They finally gave us a John Moody storyline. They got John Moody all in the beginning credits and shit and in the picture, but they ain't never doing nothing, okay? I do not understand that. But either way, they finally got him doing something. He didn't have an art show here or there, but now he has another art show, and I was actually really moved by this art show. He got together with the kids from Son of a Saint, which is Tameka and her brother's organization that they have under their father's, name to help young men in the community. And it's an awesome thing. They do like a hot dog eating contest at Dad Dog all the time. Like every year I think they do that, and that's always fun. So I've been to that a couple of times, when I was working at the news station. But anyway, so he's talking to these kids about life and how things are for them, growing up in the projects, growing up out here with the peer pressure to, kill somebody and not having no money, not having access, and, having ignorant ass family members and parents and shit that also aren't a good influence on you. They don't teach you to want more out of life. They don't teach you to want to get out of New Orleans or even your area of New Orleans for that matter. Like, it's a lot that goes on with some of these kids, with a lot of these kids. And for them to bring attention to that and want to help and use the show as a platform for that, fist pump of righteousness, as my girl Roxanne would say, okay? Like, I really feel like that. But anyway, they're putting together a show for John Moody's new art pieces, which are also reflective of the young black man's experience in New Orleans, in the city, and in this, country. And the little guys are supposed to like act out what it's like for them, the peer pressure. And then, being pressured into selling drugs or drinking or robbing somebody or stealing a car or what have you. But you're peer pressured into those things. And then once you're peer pressured into those things, you get popped. You get arrested or you get killed. Or once you get arrested and then you get out, the people who you was messing around with think you told, so then they kill you. That happens a lot too. Okay, there's a lot of killings in New Orleans with people doing it because they feel like somebody talks to the police. That happens a lot. So, or somebody was about to tell or whatever, it's just a lot of that down here. So the story is very poignant. Okay, I believe that's the right word. And when they actually did do the skit, it was very believable. And it was just really cool, that artwork that he had. Very colorful, but still telling a story and being a depiction of the pain as well as the beauty of it all. John is very, very talented, y'all. That blue piece that he had, I would put that on my wall. Beautiful, beautiful art. So I was very, intrigued by it all. I love that little scene, and I just wish he didn't have on that green turtleneck, because when Robin said it was too hot, I believed her. Okay? So Reagan and Rachel meet up and discuss Reagan feeling overwhelmed and taking a step back from the friends that actually was a step out from the friendships. And she expresses to her how she's upset that she wasn't invited to Friendsgiving, which is ridiculous, because why would she want to be there? Okay. And then Reagan gets to apologizing to Rachel and says that she just wants to spend time with them and she's sorry that she pushed them away. Rachel says that they can move forward as long as there's no more fugaziness. And I love the way she act like she didn't know what that meant. What does that mean? Okay, white lady, you don't know what fugazi mean, even though it sounds like fake. Okay. Whatever, I don't care. I feel like it's a part of Reagan's makeup to be fake. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think that she's ever going to be that real of a friend, because she's self-absorbed. She's very self-absorbed. And I don't think that, there's a difference between the Reagan before and the Reagan now. It was just the Reagan now was making decisions without telling everybody. But I still feel like Reagan is very about herself. And the girls are going to see that one way or another, especially Rachel. And I feel like Rachel has always tried to be in her corner and be her friend. But, you can only play with a bitch too much. You know what I'm saying? You can only play with a bitch a couple of times. And then they're going to be like, oh, girl, I ain't fucking with you no more. Okay? So Rachel has decided she's taking everybody to Destin for a vacation. They're all going to be in the same space. She would like for Reagan to come, but by herself, because she's going to invite Jeff. And Reagan says, of course, I'll come alone. Because don't nobody need Reese there, just stressing everybody out with his presence. Just his presence. Rachel goes over to Reese during the party, and they talk and discuss her conversation with Reagan, just about how they had a real conversation and, really got to the bottom of some things and they moving forward. But it's like, how would you feel if your friend got pregnant, got engaged and all of this, and you really didn't know the guy and it was kind of out of nowhere? This is what Rachel is trying to explain to Reese when Reagan walks over and is like, what's going on here? Is this positive? Because this looks kind of negative. I mean, he looks kind of upset. And Reese was like, this is how I always look. I always look disheveled. I'm high. Like, he didn't say that, but that's the vibe. And, they're both looking at her like, what the fuck? And Rachel is like, so that's a slap in the face for you to come over here and assume I'm attacking your man. Like, that's some bullshit. And, she kind of mocks her like, oh my God, it's positive. Like, she does like that. And Reese is like, whoa, let me get up and walk away from this situation. And Reagan is like, oh my God, Rachel, why are you being like this? Like, why? And then Kelsey and Tameka come over. What's going on? They look a little tense over here. And then they sit there quiet for a minute. And then, they explain what happened. And Reagan is like, I'm upset by this, Rachel. And Rachel is like, oh, yeah, so now you understand how I feel 5 minutes ago when you walked over here asking me if this was positive. Okay, like, it's passive-aggressive. It's almost like, I don't even know how to explain it, but Rachel is not even the person that gets in anybody's ass like that. So for her to walk over and assume that the conversation was negative, I just kind of felt like, so what is your opinion of Rachel exactly? Like, what do you think about her? How do you feel about her if you think she can't have a cordial conversation with your dude at a party without it being negative? Like, oh my God. And Kelsey is like, just from Reagan's point of view, I understand how she feels. She really wants to work things out with you guys. And Tameka don't want to hear that from her. They cool right now, but girl, don't nobody want to hear from you how Reagan feel. But okay, whatever. Okay. And Kelsey asks, what is it going to take for them to, work this out? Because they're going on this trip next week and they don't want it to be all, awkward and uncomfortable. Tameka says, well, we're not gonna like walk away from this and act like it's all good. You know, like basically saying we're gonna handle the situation so it's not an issue. I believe that's what she was trying to say. They kind of cut it off because Reagan kind of interrupts her and is like, you know, you're not the therapist, you're not the counselor, Tameka. And Tameka is like, see, that's what the fuck I be talking about. Like, why would you say something like that? We having a conversation. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not the counselor. We're having a conversation about how we feel, and I can't say what it is or how it should be without you coming at me like that. See, that's what I'm talking about. And then Reagan gets on the defense and plays victim. And that's what's aggravating. Because you say this little slick shit to people. You come up to people with bullshit. And they respond to you with that same energy. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, why are you doing this? Stop. You know, and Rachel was like, I'm a grown ass woman. You ain't gonna tell me to stop. Okay? Like, it is very annoying. Reagan was very annoying to me, y'all. And Tameka just walked away, and then Reagan is like, oh my God, I have to go. And Reese was trying to stay at the party. Don't you sit down and have a glass of wine? She's like, no, I'm ready to go. And so they leave, and that's that. Talking about why it's always a fight. Bitch, you tell us why it's always a fight. Reagan, you tell us, okay? Then Barry talks to Hunter. They play basketball, and he basically has a conversation with him about being smart and making smart decisions about his life and about the friends that he keeps and peer pressure. And, you know, don't be out here getting these little girls pregnant. Life will be hard for you. You don't want that. So don't be out here slanging that dang-a-lang all around because you're cute and the girls like you. Don't do that. And also, don't be a fucking follower. We ain't raised no followers, okay? Don't be out here doing stuff with friends that you know ain't right just because you won't be along with these fools, okay? Don't be like that. Pick better friends, all right? So that was the conversation, and the whole time Hunter was like, okay. I don't know if it actually got in there. I'm not sure, but I remember being a kid, and I may not have acted like I was listening to what my daddy was saying at the time, but the person that I am today is the piece together of all those conversations. I can't even remember all of the conversations, but I know that the conversations that I had with my daddy at the kitchen table while he was halfway through his half a pint of Crown, okay, culminated the person that I am today. Okay, and I like to think that's an awesome thing. So I think he'll get it eventually, you know. But anyway, that was Southern Charm New Orleans. I'm excited about next week's episode. They have been serving this season. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Don't forget about my membership. Sign up to be a member to the channel so you can get the video before everybody else. All right, love y'all. See y'all in the next one.